All right, good evening to you from the Storm Alert Weather Center. This is lead forecaster Daniel Wilson, and a potential severe weather outbreak on the horizon tomorrow into late afternoon tomorrow. We have been following this developing weather situation for the past 4 or 5 days, mentioning it occasionally that we saw some things we didn't really like. And if you're in the world of severe weather, this was kind of a somber moment when we saw all the parameters come together the way they are and the way they have been the last few days, and what we expect to happen tomorrow. We were on a conference call with the National Weather Service this afternoon, and meteorologist John Gordon, in his words, says this is a serious situation. And we're going to take a look at what we can expect and all the things that are anticipated as a result of this weather situation. The Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma, has indicated an enhanced risk of severe weather for a large part of Kentucky. And that stretches mainly from Hopkinsville up to E-Town, Louisville, over to the eastern part of the state. That would be along I-75 and areas to the northeast, more toward Huntington, West Virginia, up near Ashland. And this is the enhanced risk of severe weather for tomorrow. Now, in addition to the enhanced risk, there is a great area of concern, and this would be the same area where the enhanced risk is, for the likelihood of very damaging thunderstorm winds. Some of the winds may be or will be, it's not a question of maybe, but these winds will be occurring tomorrow, anywhere between 11 a.m. noon until about 5 or 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Now, this is a high-end severe weather event. There will be windy conditions. This will take place regardless of whether there's thunderstorms involved. And the Weather Service tells us in the conference call that we could have wind gusts at 60 to 70 miles per hour. If we have sun and heating tomorrow afternoon, that is going to set the stage for a very, very critical weather event. So let's pray for no sun tomorrow. It's already going to be bad enough. In fact, the Weather Service tells us that they're not going to issue severe thunderstorm warnings tomorrow unless that they see something on the radar that would be leaning more toward what they call a tornado tag, where the possibility of a tornado is within that thunderstorm line. As of right now, we can see all the high winds coming through, regardless of whether or not it is raining or if there's thunderstorms involved. The wind is going to be there one way or the other. Some of the wind gusts tomorrow, and again, this is not a particular place to say that Russell Springs will have 66 mile an hour winds or Columbia 58 or whatever. This gives you an idea of what we can expect tomorrow across the area. And anywhere between 60, 70 miles per hour. That's what the Weather Service tells us during the conference call today. And we're taking this very seriously. We have been following this for the past 4 to 5 days when some of the some of the data began to come in, and I talked to friends about it, and some of them kind of laughed a little bit. So, well, it's not going to get bad. I had no idea it would be to this point, but I knew we were up against something pretty serious. And this is all unfolding, and we can expect this tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a severe weather day across all of Kentucky. Now, the 850 millibar wind model, this is the winds about a mile above the ground, and it shows anywhere between 75 and 90 miles per hour. 75 and 90, that's 1 mile above the ground. Now, if those winds can make it to the surface, then we could have some serious problems. Again, that's winds about a mile above the ground, so that is not what we call surface winds. That'll be winds, again, about a mile above the ground. 75 to 90 miles per hour are possible. Now, what can we expect? We can expect power outages tomorrow. You should have all your information down about your account number, your phone number, all of that, in the event that you have to call for power restoration. And don't expect a fast response, because it's likely the utility crews will be out in excess tomorrow. This is like a very unique situation. We have not seen one like this in some time. In fact, it kind of comes on the helm of the March 2nd tornado that happened, that went through western or eastern Kentucky and up to Henryville, Indiana, over and around Mount Sterling and some of those places. Kind of falls on the anniversary. Today's the anniversary, but it falls right along that same timeline. And this is a serious situation. That's what the Weather Service says, and we're trying our very, very best to get the word out. We've been talking about it, and again, we can expect power outages are going to happen. Trees are going to blow down. It's going to be difficult to drive if you're in a high-profile vehicle, and everybody needs to be heads up tomorrow. This is a serious situation, and we have a lot of calls. People says, well, what about a certain county? Is it going to be bad there? Well, folks, right here explains it all. Who does it affect? It affects everybody. So I can't answer questions. Well, what about Pulaski County? What about Taylor County? What about Adair County? What about Russell County? What about Wayne County? What about Clinton County? What about Cumberland County? Every county in this area that we marked off right here, all of those areas have the greatest concern for damaging, destructive winds tomorrow. And it's not going to be like, well, what about, Beaver Dam? What about Bowling Green? What about Hopkinsville? All of these areas is in a great concern. So if you're in those parts of the state, and the bright red that we showed you, it does affect you. It affects everybody. So be prepared. If you need to make a phone call to South Kentucky RECC if your electricity goes out, the 1-800-264-5112, press 5 and then press 1, and have your account information current. Again, that is 1-800-264-5112. Have your account information ready, and know what you need to know to get that done. Now, if you're on a KU or LG&E, the numbers for LG&E are 1-800-331-7370 and 502-589-1444. The fast way to get through the automated system is 112. And then for Kentucky Utilities, 1-800-981-0600, and you'll be prompted through number 1 and number 1. Again, 1-800-981-0600. Simply press 1 and 1 to make your report. Shelters tomorrow in Russell County. I'm not aware of the ones in surrounding counties as of yet. I'm sure we will get those very soon. Russell County Rescue Squad on Highway 127, Russell Springs Fire Department, Highway 80 here in Russell Springs. The old Highway 80 auto auction, that's on North 127, 4350, North Highway 127. South Russell Fire Department, that's in the lower end of the county, on Highway 1058 near Dixon Cemetery Road. Jamestown Head Start on 92 Boat Dock Road. The Russell County Courthouse on the square, and the Ely Fire Department at Ely, and Jabez, I believe that's 117 Red Oak Road. So it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow. Make sure you have ways to receive warnings. In the event that a high-end storm warning were to be issued, that would be for a tornado cell that would be showing signs of producing a tornado. And make sure you have ways to receive that information tomorrow. Knowing where to go. Very important to know if a tornado warning is issued. You do not want to be in an upper part of your home. Go inside of an interior wall, somewhere like a bathroom or a closet. Stay away from windows. The best place to be, of course, is in a basement or a storm cellar. But you do not need to be in the upstairs, near windows. If you're in a school, stay out of the gym. And we're going to make a call, hopefully, to some of the superintendents very shortly, and make sure that they have everything planned for tomorrow. Again, this is a very serious situation. The Weather Service says 100% chance that we will have the destructive winds. It's not going to be a good day tomorrow. And let's see if there's anything else, any notes that I wanted to mention. You need to have a plan of action and pray that there's no sun comes out tomorrow. There will be no storm warnings issued tomorrow, again, unless that there are indications by radar of a tornado signature. So you're not going to hear the warnings go out because even the winds ahead of the storm are going to be above what you consider severe. The timing is 11 a.m. in the morning, 11 a.m. to noon, on up to 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow night. This is a record low pressure system. I haven't looked to see what it is. The last few hours, it was like 920 millibars, and that's extremely low. Something on hurricane pressures. So I guess that pretty much wraps it up for us. I wanted to remind you again, if you're concerned about who is involved and who is expected to affect, it affects you. It affects everybody. We're not going to answer questions, about what about a certain county, community. Everybody's involved. Everybody needs to be weather aware tomorrow because it is for sure the first time we've seen things like this in a while. It is for sure a severe weather day in Kentucky. John Gordon with the Weather Service says this is a serious situation, and this is kind of a high-end weather event, something that we haven't seen for a while, and will probably be very active if you're members of the utility companies, maybe the emergency management people. We do expect problems tomorrow, and we want to remind folks that we will be here throughout the day, bringing you weather information as we see fit. Thank you all for the confidence that you place in the Storm Alert Center for myself and Keith Richardson. We appreciate it a lot. Keith, of course, works out of town a lot from the Storm Center, and maybe not here, but he's right here calling and and keeping me informed, saying, "Are you watching this? Did you see that?" And I appreciate Keith for all that he does. So that's going to be the wrap up of our weather conference, I guess you could call it, this evening. And we want everybody to stay safe tomorrow. Basically, if you don't have to be out tomorrow, it would probably be a good thing to stay in. Trees can fall. There's just a lot that can go on. We're going to be live. We're going to be broadcasting throughout the day if necessary to keep you updated and informed. We were on this about 4 days ago, 4 to 5, that we've been watching this. So we're here for you guys. We will continue to be and keep you informed the best we can. So thank you all for listening, tuning in, and be safe and weather aware tomorrow. From the Storm Alert Weather Center in Russell Springs, your Weather Authority,